Hey, Christmas week. Woo!
Yes.
Look, you notice? No green screen today.
I already know why.
Because your son never showed up. Your son's actually staying at Nick's house. Nick's got an apartment, so he's been staying there. So I take down my green screen and everything. The bed's all made, and since I was running around so much this morning, I said, "Who cares? I don't want my green. I don't have time."
That sounds like him, though. You know, he's on leave, man. That means he's out partying his ass. If you can party, because everything's on lockdown, so we'll see how far he gets.
Yeah, you know, and actually, I'm proud of this little room. I know a lot of people don't know the history of this room. I'm sure people don't. But Bob, you remember this room had no window. This was actually 4 walls, no window, no nothing. This was actually a dark room for whatever reason. So we actually put that window in. We had to pay a company because we had to break through concrete. We got to make sure we weren't damaging. God, I forgot the word. Foundation. Making sure no foundation. So now when you put a window, it's actually like a room.
Well, yeah. Well, it used to be a garage. I think that's why.
Yeah, and over the weekend I put that TV on the wall because that's what I used to do with the cable companies. We put stuff on the walls. I usually fish wires in the walls. I didn't do that yet with Jeremiah's here. I didn't fish the wall, so you see a wire hanging down. Usually I don't like wires hanging down, but I haven't done that part yet. But hey, your son's having a fun time. He's at He's
on leave, man.
So
he's on leave. he's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. We're all doing our thing.
So I hope
saving our country one show at a time.
I hope everybody's going to have a safe, cool Christmas week. I know Through the Veil Paranormal and Paranormal Underworld has a little Christmas video that they put out, telling people Merry Christmas.
Oh, have them post that. Have them post it. If they're in there, have them post it.
Yeah. So, actually. Hold on.
Got my crystals. I'm having them charged by the solstice. They're being charged. I don't know. I might run my cell phone off of it. Are you charging your crystals? Hold on.
Well, I'm charging my my Seahawks crystal cover to make sure that they go back to the Super Bowl this year.
I hope so, because I hope, yeah. I want to watch that game.
Which there's a high percentage of people thinking that every game is fixed, which I don't even want to get involved. But actually, you know what I did this weekend?
What'd you do this weekend?
We can't post the links anymore. Oh, really? You got a wrench. I'll post it. I don't have a problem with that. I could do that.
This one's getting charged like a motherfucker.
I'll post the link. I could do that.
We'll run the refrigerator on it. Mini fridge. Beer in it. Running off a crystal.
I wonder what's causing him not to post links. They got a wrench. I wonder did YouTube change something? But it doesn't really matter. I'll post it right here. So this is Paranormal Underworld, the Through the Veil Paranormal. They got a cool little happy
cool. See that.
So,
see that.
Sure. Here we go. Hold on a second. I'll share that. Only thing is, they try to get the paranormal guy to talk a little bit more in it. He wasn't talking very much in it, so he's got to talk more. So you can see him there. You can see the family, awesome family.
Oh, they're not 6 feet, man. I sure hope he takes his arm off her. 6 feet.
Oh, 6 feet distance.
I
don't know why the volume's not working. That was me.
What? You go send that part.
There we go. I love Christmas.
From our family to yours, we would like to say.
Oh
Merry
wow!
Christmas.
Hold on, you hear this, Bob?
What's that?
Tom Murray and Paranormal were saying no mods can post links live now. They do show up in the chat replay. Oh
no.
But I mean, that's the reason why you give mods out, so they could do that kind of for you. That's kind
We're
of
handing out mods.
wow. I mean, it's YouTube's platform. It's not like
I didn't see it hurting anybody, but
I like the Christmas music. That's awesome. But you know what? You know what I went this weekend?
Where'd you go this weekend?
Nothing huge, but Seattle has a public market, and we decided to go to the public market, and I was curious how the public market's going to be during this time.
Yeah.
And with all the people on YouTube, talking about the wars here and stuff, so I was, worried about taking the family to the public market. Seattle.
Yeah, it's getting crazy down there, man. I heard about it. I see it on YouTube.
Yeah, I was worried, and it was freaking awesome. Best time in the world. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I'm not joking. Usually when you go down the public market, the biggest issue is it's so overcrowded. So you're always like, skinny through people, right?
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know down there.
So it's always back. Now, it would still have a lot of people, but you were able to walk through just fine.
Nice.
Everybody was awesome. There was no war, no military, nobody saying, take this shot, take this shot. We were able to shop, had great things. Now, the only crazy thing there was some guy on Pike Street and First saying that if you don't accept Jesus in your heart, you're going to see the burns of hell.
Oh, damn. Oh, I'm a pagan, man. I'm fucked. Shit. Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I'm worried.
But beyond that, man, it was awesome down there. I mean, everybody was cool. Everybody was cool. It was fun. So sometimes when you hear stories that we're in the middle of a war, I don't know, Bob. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, yeah. I only get it. I'm over here, so I'm over across the pond, and I see it from YouTube, and it shows like the homeless, like all living. I don't blame. Again, I was laughing with the British people over here, and we're all laughing because I'm like, I had to explain to them. Well, they closed down the parks because of the COVID, and they closed it down. Okay, that's cool. The kids can't play in the park. So the homeless decided to go ahead and set up camp. And so I'm like, well, I guess why not? I mean, they're not allowed to use the park. I mean, it's just not doing anything. The land's just sitting there. So they had a nice, comfortable grassy knoll to lay them tents on. That was no big deal. But then all of a sudden, everybody protested. The cop, I guess it was like on the news that the cop. I mean, this is from over here. This is what I'm getting. I guess some judge says, kick them off the park properties, and so they're like having them, and then they go into the abandoned houses around the area where they have a law. They have a squatting law.
The news. This might shock you. The news, they over-exaggerate sometimes.
Yeah.
First of all, the homeless has always been there, regardless of the pandemic or not. They've always been there.
Yeah.
What they're talking about is because of the shopping areas, it is Christmas time. They had to move away from the shopping areas. So people can feel comfortable going shopping. I mean, pandemic or not, homeless has always been an issue here.
They've always been there. Yeah. They keep kicking them out of one area and putting them over to the other. And they were like, the parks are available. So I'm like, well, go for it. Why not? It's just sitting there. There's nobody there anymore. And then of like all the house people, I don't blame the house people too. The residents are like, hey, we don't want them squatting in our parks. We're like, they're in all the parks. And then what was it? They had an argument with one of the I'm watching on YouTube. What argument was like, my kids can't play in the park. And then a homeless guy goes, the parks are closed. You can't come in the park. What are you talking about?
This is what Scott Morris says. I was in the water store today. Actually, I don't know what a water store is. That's pretty interesting. But do they sell different types of water? I mean, I'm curious what's the water for. But today, not wearing a mask. An older woman came in not wearing a mask. A guy came out back yelling, "No mask, no mask," holding his fingers like a cross, and we were vampires. I mean, it's there's some stuff in the world that's a little crazy and stuff. It is what it is. It is. It's just that depending on your area that you live in, the city council has been cracking down and giving a lot of business fines. So it's not that sometimes they're yelling and you're thinking that why they're yelling is crazy is because I don't know about every state, but in this state they have been giving more business more tickets because there's a lot of business been saying we're not going to take this no more. I'm not here judging. I'm not getting into that topic, but I'm just saying that they actually are giving some tickets. There's one company that's received almost like $300,000 worth of fines. So, I mean, and for small shops, I'm not talking about the Amazon, the big powerful companies, but your mama and papas. One fine is one step away from you losing your shop. I mean, it really is. We already lost so many restaurants around here. Bob, you and I used to go to Breakfast Bitches. Bitches. Fantastic place. And they're out. They're gone. They can't. They had 3 stores. They had to shut down. One to keep the other 2 stores alive because they have to still pay rent. So if they close down, you still got to pay rent. Like a lot of
there's a catch-22 on that one. They get money from the government if they cooperate, like if they shut down.
You're right. You're supposed to get money, but when you're listening to these businesses, these smaller ones, it's been on the news. They've been applying for them, but they're not getting them.
Well, the government's going to shut down. Remember, they haven't made a decision yet.
They did. They signed.
They made a decision.
Yeah, they signed. The Congress agreed on a package, and the president had to sign it. So there is an agreement. So they have to sign it and all that. The president has to sign it. But the Congress did agree to a $900 billion package.
Okay. So are they? I mean, does this include the package deal for like unemployment? Is this going to go out to like the? Are we going to get a little extra money? What's the deal with that?
Part of unemployment. Now it's always complicated when you kind of read it once it gets passed. But what I understand is unemployment is supposed to continue with the $300 extra to it. Now that's what happens now. Like I said, the president has to sign it, but there's always you always got to look at the fine lining because when Trump signed an executive order to give everybody $600 bucks, it really was 600. It was like 300 from the government. The other 300 would have to come from the state for their funds, and none of the state has it. So people never got 600; they got 300. So I don't know if this 300 that's in there is relying on if the city's got some funds for it. I don't know. So it's kind of a complicated. There's so many gray areas, but they finally agreed. But it still sucks because we vote these people in. And most of these people are rich. I'm not
filthy,
they're filthy rich. So when they're playing it down to the wire, because you got to understand, the 26th is when people are on COVID unemployment, right? It ends. Yeah. So even though the president signs it today, tomorrow, then it usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks for the funds to get out. So in those 3 to 4 weeks, everybody won't be receiving a check unless individual states step up and say we will. But if they don't, you still got to go 3 to 4 weeks. Now they usually do back pay, but that 3 to 4 weeks might be the weeks that you're going to have to miss a payment or you're going to have to not. And what happens is that goes on your credit. And of course, if your scores go down, it just fucks you. One missed payment.
No.
Screw you over. So
I know
this should have been done a month ago, but they kept taking breaks. They kept going home, and it's sad is they get to go home to their $1 million homes or whatever. Then everybody else has to suffer. I'm like, this thing is, we vote these people in So it's a lot of ways. It's kind of like we point the fingers to ourselves, right? So like YouTube is say they're banning people. Well, technically, we're on their platform. They could do what they want in a lot of ways, and it's hard for us to say YouTube is wrong when we're using their platform. They make the rules. So when these governments take all this time, we put these people in office of power to be able to use it on us. So in a lot of ways, now
bring it on yourselves.
Of course, if you're an extreme truther, then you're going to say that it's all fixed anyway. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not here to say that, but
I got a crystal though.
You got a crystal, so saying that, and I do got a question for you, Bob. I got a question for the people in the chat. Sometimes on lazy days, I watch the Seahawks game. I'll check a few YouTube channels, and I still hear the same people from the beginning of the pandemic till now still saying the huge war is coming from the beginning of the year till now. So I'm like, well, we went through a whole year. Where's this war? So going downtown, going all this. So I keep hearing there's a war, and one person that lives in Seattle, he's a millionaire that lives like above, I don't know, above Silverdale, whatever. Keep saying you need to pick a side. And this is my question. The North and the South, in the Civil War, right? You have a Civil War, Bob, the North and the South.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying one side is better than the other side, but you had to pick a side, but you knew what each side stand for, right? You sign up here, you get a uniform, you get a paycheck or whatever, you get to fight, you get to have a plan on how they're going to win, whatever, right? So every time I keep on hearing people say, you need to pick a side, but I'm never hearing, okay, if I'm going to pick a side, okay, I'm going to pick a side. What is that other side? Is there is there like a sign-up sheet? Is there like the North and the South Civil War? Is there like a web page I go to and say, hey, I choose?
Do we get a uniform? Am I gray? I don't know. Should I be? Are you gonna be the North or the South?
But you get what I'm saying, Bob? When everybody keeps saying you need to pick a side, okay, I'll pick a side, but give me a side.
What the fuck side I go pick? These fucking pussy cowards. They never fought a day in their fucking life.
Or do I gotta pay $5 to join a Patreon to go into somewhere and they're gonna get
a side? Yeah, I gotta pay $5 to pick a side. Here's $5 a month. I can pick a side. I picked your side. It's gonna cost me $5.
If there's a side, right? I want to see the side and lay it out to me. Lay me out and how to sign up, when's the meetings, when we get together, because
we get uniforms,
Bob, all across the United States of America and UK, there's been protests, which there's nothing against protest, right? But everybody who's saying that you need to pick a side, every time I see these protests, I watch the news, right? I watch all these protests. Everybody says pick a side. I've never seen one of these people ever at the protest. So that's why I'm wondering, how can I pick a side? What?
I'm gonna show with my crystal. I'm gonna pick a side.
So Bob,
you're gonna bring the heck set.
So Bob, you're in the UK. If they're a group that's saying pick our side and they're giving you like a list on why, no,
there's no picking sides.
So.
People are doing legitimate protests, which is good. I'm down there hanging out. They're doing legitimate, what they call legitimate protests with permit, and they're making their voice heard, which is good. They're putting up stickers, which are making their voice heard. So they're doing it the old-fashioned way. Yeah,
everybody has the right to do that. It's just it's just when you start breaking buildings and stuff when your point kind of gets lost.
Yeah. So nobody's just doing anything destructive. I mean, they're making a voice heard. They know it's a lot of it. There's a portion of it that's bullshit, and there's a portion that's the truth, and they use the truth to trump the bullshit stuff. That's how life is in general. Everything's a lie and the truth. They just kind of mingle together. So nobody's doing anything insane, but we don't know. Well, I don't know. All I know is it's solstice.
But every time I hear you need to pick a side, I'm like, I want to, but tell me how. Give me a uniform. But actually, I want to share something, Bob. I actually worked on something.
I'm picking my side.
I worked on something. I want to get the opinions of the people in the chat if they like this or not, Bob. I want to get your opinion, but I was working on something we all have tea tree stores, right? You have a tea, we have a tea tree store. We all have tea tree stores, and I actually wanted to I wanted to design a shirt myself. I wanted to try to do a good design on a shirt, not exactly a shirt that
Pick a side.
that a shirt that says this is my channel or something like that, but something that it can represent your channel, but it can represent its own thing. And I want to see if you like this. I want to see if people in the chat likes this. I'm not trying to sell anything, people. Okay, but I'm actually very proud of this. So you ready to see it, Bob?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay. So
Ooh.
now hold on. Now I made 3 logos. Okay, I'm going to show you my 3 logos. I know you can't really see it here, but I made 3.
You just kicked yourself off. Welcome to the Robert Wood Show, guys. I really hope I'm giving a cat demonstration. I've got a lot of kitties. These are. Oh, don't be upset with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be upset.
I hit the wrong button. That's my fault. So
I was giving them a cat show.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you my 2 other logos, and I want to see if people like this. Okay, now that's my Gypsy Road Effect shirt. So I made a cool logo where you don't really have. It doesn't represent. It doesn't say channel's name on it. It just says Gypsy Road Effect. But if you scroll down, and then I made. Let me scroll down. See if you like this one. Then I made Matrix Effect. Look at this.
Ooh. That's badass.
Hold on. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Sometimes T-shirt is low.
Crystal magic.
And
you're gonna get a lot of sales.
Look, Matrix Effect. So, and kind of I used a blue color for the numbers in the back so the green could pop out. And then, of course, you can also get it in a face mask. All these.
Nice.
But and then my last one, and I'm actually proud of this. I actually took.
I like those two. I like the cowboy one. I like them all.
Well, all 3 have a cowboy. Here's my paranormal effect.
Nice. Magic. I've charged these with the solstice.
Yeah, you're right. I really like
that one.
My Gypsy Road Effect one. So I enjoy making them, and I thought, at least with these kind of shirts, right? It doesn't exactly say YouTube, so it says Paranormal Matrix, right? So everybody just think it's a regular shirt. So
I like that Gypsy Road. I like the Paranormal one. That's a good one.
In the Matrix. So that was my kind of fun little thing. I hope people like it or not.
I want to get a T-shirt with this guy on it.
Oh, our good friend.
This is my job.
Our good friend. Our good friend Tomicon's here. Carla Webster's here. Ben Inn's here. Like I said, Paranormal Underworld, Through the Veil Paranormal, and then Haska's son is here. Tom Murr is here. Scott Lorian's here. And guys, we will be getting into the alleged paranormal stories revolving around Christmas. And I got a few stories from an article, kind of like, it's Christmas time. I thought it would be perfect to do. But before we do that, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a little Grandpa's World, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I'm going to make sure I'm doing the what the fuck. I got to get it sent out while we're doing this so fast. Perfect. Put it on.
So here's Grandpa's World. He's our good friend from the Grandpa's channel. He's an awesome guy. I really like him. He does 2-minute stories, and always hope that you guys, like his story. This is his webpage. But let me find his intro, because our friend deserves his intro.
Nice.
All right, welcome to Grandpa's World, and I'm Grandpa. Today we're going to talk about Ted and Bill. Well, they decided to go hunting, and they packed for a 3-day trip. They hopped on their motorbikes and took off. They'd rented a cabin, but before they got there, it started raining very hard. So they decided to go to bed and get up early in the morning and start then. So it was looking at the mountains, all discussing where to go first. That's when they first saw it. It looked like a school bus or a small, low-flying plane. It was silent. It startled both men. They immediately hid in the brush. Two men heard a loud noise behind them. When they turned around to see what it was, they saw what seemed to be two gray men wearing silver suits. It was about 5 feet tall, had big heads, looked like insects, had big pointy faces, skinny arms, body, and legs. Bill thought they resembled a grasshopper. Well, Ted remembers a flash of light and in total darkness. They couldn't move, nor could they make a noise or not even speak or anything. And Bill and Ted raced back to the cabin. They realized it was getting dark already, even though only 15 minutes had passed. Confused at how both men had lost track of time, they made some food and drank some coffee, and they felt like they was being watched. As they sat back and relaxed, their minds started showing them flying over rivers, mountains, and forests. This is when they realized it was inside a UFO. Ted saw Gray and asked him if they was going to do experiments on him. And Ted, Bill, he was told yes, and that they'd already been done. The two men had no idea where they were. Best guess was inside a UFO. When the alien showed him Earth, looked like a bright white shining star from where they were. Not blue like they thought. They also were told to drink a pink liquid. It would help them forget what had happened to them. They only took a couple of sips each, and they were back home. There's no way to describe these men's fears of being kidnapped again, nor how to describe what their feelings were when we talked to them. Well, that's it for Grandpa's World today. Have a good one. We'll see you later.
Wow.
I love the hats that he's wearing. I love those kind of hats. Those are so cool.
Yeah, I've drank in liquid before, and then I didn't know where I was. Lost all memory. Many times.
I love Grandpa's World. I love his stories. They're nice and short. They're great. They're fun. You know,
they're good.
They really are good. All right.
Well, I like because these are actual people's reports. These are people's reports. They go to MUFON. You know what I mean? The MUFON, whatever. They go to the UFO network place, and they actually have those actual reports. So, you know, this is what people are saying. This is what they've said they would have during their abduction. In this case, they've drank some liquid and they've passed out. They have no memory. Oh, that's scary.
I got a question to ask you and the chat.
What?
I like watching some other channels. You know, some interesting. Sometimes I'll dabble into paranormal effect channels. Well, Mandela effect channels. I call it paranormal. No big deal. Paranormal channel. And there's one that came up that was pretty interesting. And before I'll show, he has a 2-minute video. I'll show this little clip. But before I show it, the character George Jetson. Okay, you know the George Jetson show. You know George Jetson.
George Jetson.
Okay, the main cartoon character George Jetson, his belt that he wears in that cartoon. What color? Do you remember what color it is?
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that cartoon. I actually don't remember.
Anybody in the chat remembers? Don't look it up right now, guys. Nobody look it up.
I mean, I'd have to see it. Yeah, I got a memory problem anyway.
It's kind of interesting. I'm not here to say it's real or not, but I like seeing some off things like,
Wait, are you talking about George Jetson? Or are you talking about Bruce Springsteen?
No. Actually, Hazel Fever did a video on Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen's bling belt. Yeah, that's a cowboy belt. That's a Western belt.
Yeah,
he didn't have a Western belt on.
Yeah, not that belt. This is George Jetson from the cartoon The Jetsons.
George Jetson's belt. Okay.
Jetsons. Do anybody remember what color is his belt? Anybody in the chat remembers? We don't? You don't. It's no big deal. It's like I said, it's no big deal. But sometimes I like to have a discussion. It's kind of fun just looking at.
That's a hard one though.
So let me see here. Tomicon, Carla Webster.
What's up with all the belts changing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now our friend.
Well, I can see the pattern. So if the belts change,
Well,
That'd be the second belt that's changed. God knows how many other belts have changed.
here's our friend. He's our friend of the channel. He always watches us. His name is Os10, and
It's going to be a Western belt.
here we go.
Well, guys, this didn't take long. Thanks to somebody. George Jetson's belt, green.
It's green.
I knew it was off. Just as soon as I seen him, I knew it was off. And I could have swore it was black or maybe a dark brown color.
It's green.
Guy comes in, Agnermina. Sorry if I say your name wrong, dude. Leaves that comment there with a couple of links and whatnot. Searching for it yet, and this guy's already found it. There's the black I was talking about. Notice everything else is the same.
Okay, so now
Bubba.
what I did was I typed in George Jetson images on Google. I wanted to see what it showed on Google for George Jetson, and here it
Green girdle belt.
It's now I can't sit here and tell you I exactly remember the color of the belt.
No.
You would think a green belt is kind of a off color belt to put on a character.
Looks like a girdle. That ain't a belt. That's a girdle. That ain't a belt. That's like a back brace.
Yes.
It's a back brace. That ain't a belt. I mean, I can tell you didn't have no back brace on. That ain't no belt that I've ever seen. No, that's like a back brace. That's a girdle.
That's what I'm saying. Some people have some good ones where it makes you think like you're trying to remember. Like we as a kid, the Jetsons was a cartoon that was on our channel. You don't have a lot of channels. Remember, the Jetsons was like the Flintstones, where these kind of cartoons were technically made just for kids. It was actually considered like prime time show where they played it at night before it went to like morning cartoons. That's
like a back girdle thingy.
But
maybe he's got a herniated umbilical cord, and he's got to wear like a herniated belt.
And also, look at the dog. Look at this dog. It's green too.
So I can't tell you on that one. I think it was green. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's what's so interesting. I just don't remember that much color green in it. I mean,
maybe he got a belt that matches his dog.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves his dog. So maybe, they've got matching belts. He's got a matching collar to his belt.
Now, if you notice, the one picture that he was showing that had the word Alamy in it, I found another Alamy. George Jetson high resolution stock photograph and images, where the green looks a little darker black, but I could tell, even with the high resolution, that was green. Now here's the movie, the Jetson the movie, green. So it's just an interesting piece to talk about. It's just kind of
green.
Weird.
It is. Green it is.
Red, blue, and green now. I remember red, blue, yellow. See?
Red, blue, and green. Yeah.
Scott was thinking green. That's cool. Okay. And here we go.
Green it is.
Getting the silver screen put up all morning. It's out of control. They even did the alpha sign right in front of the sun. Freaks, I say.
Believe it. Yeah, a lot of things. Once you've kind of woke up out of the Matrix thing, you're kind of seeing it all. Everything you look at. I'm so numb. I just watch a cartoon. I'll be watching movies and I'm like, fuck, I'm counting 13, 33. I watched just The Matrix for the fun of it again last night. What's her name was in room 33. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. 13, 33s, 11s. It's like, come on. I'm done with it. I'm so done with it. It's like it hits you all the time.
Now, well,
everything's changed.
What you said earlier, I told you about Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, the black belt. I saw that the other day. I really liked it. I was like, whoa, that's a Western style belt.
Yeah.
That is so Western, man. That is he wore. See, the thing is, in my memory, and this is just me, guys, and I misremember everything because I have a memory problem. So I'm actually certified. Don't trust me. That start with me. He didn't have a belt. I don't remember him ever having a belt. It was jeans, and he had a fucking rag in his back pocket. He looked like a greaser, like the 50s greaser, like Dad used to talk about wearing the jeans, the Levi's jeans, and then it was no belt. It was just a rag hanging out of his back pocket like he'd been working on a car. Now he's got a bling belt, like it's a Western style, like that, but without the belt. Yeah. Like that, but without the belt at all. And now he's got a Western, he's got a Cowboys belt. What it is. If you look it up, it's a Western style. Why is he wearing a Western style belt? And then the baseball cap. I think that means he takes it. I think he's a bottom. I think now homie wears a bling cowboy belt and he's a bottom in the alternative language world.
Now this is
yeah.
Cool. The first research I would kind of do on this one is try to find somebody who has the first issue like record. The record, the vinyl.
Because
sometimes when they reproduce an album going forward, they photo shoot albums. They add to it. Spark. So I'm not saying they did here. I'm not saying.
No, that's what I said. That's what I'm talking to somebody else in Britain. We saw it, and the first thing we did was try to debunk it, and the other person said exactly that. Said this has got to be the new Photoshop. They photoshopped it in, and then we're gonna go look for an old album, like an old vinyl from the day, and see if it's still there. But
it is
what it is. It's bling right now.
Yeah, because like I said, they can Photoshop anything in, and you need to find out. It's like when a new PS4 comes out, right? And then 6 months later, they come out with a newer version. It's supposed to be faster, but same PS4. Each time it comes re-released, they add stuff to it. They could have done this. I'm not saying, but that's how like you said, Bob, exactly. Try to find the first record. I know it's hard.
Find the record, the first vinyl.
First one.
And if homie is,
Find the record and also cassette, then the CD. Because remember, records and cassettes in I think the album came out in 1985. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But cassettes and records were still the popular, and CDs came in later. So, when did that belt start happening? Or was it there from the beginning? Yeah. That's what I would research first.
Yeah. Right now, he looks like he's a big Rob Halford fan.
I like this. Bob, I like this. What if he was gay? Wouldn't that be gay?
If the apocalypse is true, and according to the myth, people, we debunk, we play games, we just play with ideas. But if this was the apocalypse, homie might be he might be a bottom player, if you know what I mean. He might be on the down low. And maybe that's what it's saying. How like Tom Cruise coming out with a pink shirt in without sunglasses on, and now homie's got bedazzled. He's got a little bedazzled with a little bit of the sign for the. I mean, that's the sign.
You mentioned Tom Cruise, and I don't know how people feel about Tom Cruise, like Tom Hanks and stuff. I like Tom. I like Tom Cruise. I do
too.
I think he's a little psycho for Scientology, but hey, if he likes Scientology, so be it. But the thing is, over the weekend they resurfaced a video, right? I don't know if you've seen this, Bob. That he was yelling at his workers, and I'm going to say something. I don't know what people feel on this footage. If you see the footage, he was yelling at his workers, saying, he will fire them. And I'm going to say this to people. I back him up 100% on this. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter if you believe in the pandemic's real or not. It doesn't matter. The fact is, it's there, right? So you're making this $100 million movie. Now, remember, he's a producer too.
Yeah, I know. You're putting the money in.
Well, if your movie gets shut down, I know it's not our money. I know that. But if a movie keeps getting shut down, they're still losing millions and millions of dollars. and all that. And what he was saying in his video is there's people out there who lost their jobs trying to pay their rent and bills, and here you are having a job, working in this industry that pays, pretty well, and you're fucking this up for all of us, for everybody to get shut down to lose their jobs again. So I don't have zero issues, because in the real work world, young people, if there's any young people in the chat, I don't think there is. People got to realize when you work for a company, and sometimes when you fuck up, you're going to get yelled at. And you know what? It's all right. You're going to get yelled at. You're going to get yelled at. We're all going to get yelled at. It happens. It sucks. But you know what you do? You put on your big boy pants. You go back the next day like it never happened and do your job. I mean, we all got yelled at before. We did. I'm sure, even if you didn't have a private business, I'm sure you did a service to a customer and they're yelling at you, calling you names. It happens. You just deal with it. You move on. So I agree with them 100% on this.
Well, in fact, it's kind of cool that you said this, because my what the fuck news is about London. And right now, you'll see what we can watch it first, and I'll talk about it. It'll back up what you're saying. People don't understand the context of London at the moment. And again, you watch my what the fuck news will explain a little bit what's going on over here. It really just today. And so he's been filming in London his next Mission Impossible, which I'm a big fan of the series, Mission Impossible series. And yeah, there was some shit that went down it didn't make him look good. Now, I don't care if he's gay. It is. So Bruce Springsteen is obviously gay. We know now in the apocalypse. And so he's a little bit out there, but we don't want to condemn him for that. And also, again, watch the what the fuck news. You'll know why, Eric, he had a freak out. And this is about London. It's important. This will fill you in the context. There's something serious going on over here, guys. Wait till you see this. You'll understand why. It came out. Welcome to What the Fuck News.
All right. We're just gonna do what the fuck news from Bob. I have so busy. I don't really have anything. I guess the only thing I would have to say is this is nerd thing real quick. Just real quick nerd thing. I don't know if any of you guys are Mandalorian fans. I don't know. And if you're not, that's cool. That's fine. I love The Mandalorian. I love that show. And in the last fucking episode, the last 3 fucking
don't do a spoiler alert, because I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? I won't say it.
No, I'm watching the series. I haven't got that one yet.
The last. Okay, then I can't say it. But the last 3 minutes, a certain somebody shows up, was the fucking person you wanted to see in the last 3 movies. The way this man was meant to be, you fucking saw it in a fucking Mandalorian TV show in the last 3 minutes. I was like, fuck
now
yeah.
I'm excited,
dude.
Now I'm excited.
Dude, this movie, that 3-minute scene made me hate The Last Jedi even worse.
Okay.
Because how they fucking treated one person in that movie and the way they did him in this last 3 minutes. Fuck yeah. Listen, I know this is nerdy, but I swear to God, I almost pissed my pants. I was like, no fucking way. Yeah. They're not doing this. They are doing this. Oh shit! Fuck yeah! Oh man, guys, if you're not a fan, that's fine. If you don't care, if you don't want to know what to talk about, just go watch the last 3 minutes. It was fucking badass. I just oh my God, like this is what I always wanted to see. So we go to Bob's thing. So that's my what the fuck. It was truly what the fuck, because I was watching like, no way, holy shit, yeah. Yes! Fuck yeah! Finally! Thank God!
I can't share it with you because I haven't seen it. I'm gonna see it. You make me want to see it now.
Oh! It's something you always wanted, and it's like it had to take a series on TV to actually give it to you. I was like, fuck yeah! Here we go. Here, can you see it? Can you see your screen? Okay, there it is.
I can see it.
All right, guys. This is what the fuck for Bob fucking Wood. Here we go.
The virus. The virus is now mutated. It's so convenient because today's the 21st
Oh yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, Bob, I did hear that all in the news that there's a harder lockdown going on in London because it apparently it has mutated. But here, I'll continue.
It's the solstice of December, where Saturn and Saturn and the other one, who cares, whatever, are close to together. It's kind of interesting up there, whatever you want to call it. If you're into astrology, what is it? Saturn and whatever. I don't know. Who cares? But what's important is they're close to together. And now everyone's having this big thing about it. We're all meditating and doing happy things. Fuck it. It's like any other day to me. It just seems that way. But it's weird, though, that would happen today, because also what's really important to understand today is they just announced in England, out of London, and pretty much London's on major lockdown. They're on super lockdown. What was it? They're on secret probation, like an Animal House. But anyway, they're on super lockdown because they're in tier 4. Because now we have a mutated virus. And that mutated virus is really important to know about. You see, that mutated virus, the virus is the N501, which comes out to 11, is now changed to Y. There you go. N for Nancy, N501 is now yellow 501. Y, which actually comes out to 13. Another what the fuck code. This is what the fuck. Welcome to Robert's Woods, what the fuck, whatever show we have. But now it's mutated. It seems that one of the amino acids is no longer functioning. And so now the cell can get into it, the coronavirus, the virus, whatever you want to call it. And this is not putting it down or putting anything less or whatever. This is simply information for you guys to know about. And it's really important. And now that London's locked down, all the other European nations have locked their doors to London. Nobody can fly in or fly out. And if you're leaving London, and wherever you go, you got to have 10 days and whatever isolation. In fact, they're telling everyone to lock your fucking doors. If you come from London, scream and yell and lock your doors. Use padlocks because they're contaminated. In fact, this contamination is going to reach all over the globe. They actually knew about it back in September. For some strange reason, we just brought it out today. Well, why not? It's the 21st, and it is the solstice or whatever the fucking, and it's like the darkest day of the year, and the whole fun thing. It is around Christmas time. So we got part 2. Here we go with the next virus, whatever ring, run, whatever it's going to happen. What's going to happen? Just be careful. Watch yourselves. And it's going to be in a store, in an area, in a house, and whatever near you. It's definitely going to hit the United States. It's going to hit the other parts of the world. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't know. I'm a disseminator of information. I can give a fuck. This is a what the fuck for me. Everything seems to line up just perfectly on certain dates and astrological fucking whatever. So it's kind of cool like that. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm just giving you guys the information. So just one more thing. There was 17 amino acids, and one of the amino acids was on the prong, that little circle with all the little lines coming out, the little whatever, like spikes, whatever, that virus. One of them was infected, like I say. So now you've got to whatever. So remember the number that I tell you. Always write these things down because they'll come up later in another test. But this is what the fuck news. And this is for you guys to think about when you're going out and doing these things. Now, I personally, I'm just relaxing to it. I'm going to enjoy my Christmas in isolation. So you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your week and keep your eyes in the sky for the next weird-ass constellation, kind of weird thing that only happens every 800 years. The Christmas star, who knows? It's all wacky world. But you have a great day.
Yeah.
And then there's your story. So that's why London has been under super secret probation by the yeah. So when he had a couple of guys not wear his January 21st, yeah, didn't have their masks on, and they were like right next to each other looking into the camera. He freaked the fuck out because he's got London fucking the Gestapo watching them do the production. So the London Gestapo is like, hey, once you guys get out of line, they're going to be fined and they're going to shut down production. In fact, Eric, he's so serious, he's so serial about his show, about production. He's got all his crew. Everybody's on a boat in the water. They're not staying in rooms. They're on a boat. He's got them like in isolation on a boat. So they go do the show. Then they get escorted back to the boat. So they're not exposing themselves. He's trying to get his movie done. He's being serious. So that's why he had a fucking snafu.
And
he had a big ass breakdown.
Well, it wasn't. Apparently, it kept happening on set. So it wasn't like out of it came out.
Yeah.
And you're investing all your money into something, and every money that gets lost is out of your own pocket. So I mean,
I'm not saying he's right or wrong. Everybody out there, I'm not saying I don't wear a mask. I don't give a shit. This is, to me, is a big ass comic book. I'm just playing the fucking fool and having a good time. But when it comes down to seriousness, when people try to, like Eric said, try to make a fucking living and they got to pay their bills and they're being serious on set.
And other people
bosses,
you should be grateful, and you're still Listen,
they got a job.
If they make the rules, I know sometimes we don't like the rules that a company puts out, but if you want to work there, you have to follow their rules. If you don't, you have to, you have to leave. I mean, it's, yes, Seattle Kraken, I'm ready. Even though, Seahawks won yesterday. Even though that was a pathetic fucking game, they won and they're in the playoffs.
Nice.
In the fucking playoffs.
Nice.
They lost it. But
nice.
I'm going to ask you another question. Tomicon, I know you'll have an input on this, and I'm being serious about this question. I'm being serious. We all know.
Taking you serious. Hold on.
I don't practice religion. I don't practice religion. I've never read the Bible. I never pretend that I did. Okay. Now, of course, what made me think about this question in a way is when, of course, I was downtown. Like I said, there was some crazy nut on the corner of a street with the machine, yelling religion stuff. He's yelling, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. You got to accept Jesus in your heart, or you're going to see fire and flames in hell. So let me ask a question now. Now, in America, maybe in a lot of countries, you have a president and you have basically like a vice president, right? You have a president and you have a vice president. And depending on what kind of president you have, it tells you what kind of power that a vice president has. Kind of like Joe Biden, Mike Pence, those two guys have no power. Okay. Now Dick Cheney and Bush, Dick Cheney actually had a lot of power. So depending on the power. So if you look at a religion structure, I try to look at a religion is like a government structure, like America, maybe in UK. Does a prime minister have like a vice president, prime minister? Is there a vice prime minister?
Yeah, there's a backup. There's a second guy. Yeah.
So if you look at the religion world, you have the heaven. You have president God, and you have the vice president God. I guess would be Jesus Christ. So I'm wondering what vice presidents do for America. What is a job for Jesus Christ for God? What's his job? I mean, if God is like he's in the room where he's ruling everything, right? He's ruling all the galaxies. He's doing this. He's doing this. So what does Jesus do for him? What's his job?
Well, you gotta. Well, Eric, it's complicated. In the myth, in the religion, in the faith circle, whatever. Remember, there's two factions. There were originally two factions. That Yeshua was God incarnate, walking around the planet, like Son of God, but he is himself, like in the Matrix, like Neo, like he put him, like we talked about in the Matrix. He put himself as a man on the planet, in flesh, in blood. He himself is himself, of his son of himself. Person, a God, a demigod, a God walking around. The second one is that he is a king, the son of a God, like a demigod, but a king, just a man, a mortal, just a mortal man, a king. That's supposed to be in charge of all the stuff. He's supposed to be the judge and jury, the king, the original king. So you have.
See, I knew Tomicon has points on this. He wrote, the whole point of the Bible is to learn to walk as Jesus Christ and honor God's commandments. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. A teacher. That's what now the Muslims in Islam, he is a prophet
Now,
and a teacher.
now here's another question then. Now, in some religion, there is belief in a God, but some religion don't even believe that Jesus was actually the real son of the God. He's not. So,
Yeah.
so if I'm gonna get religion or whatever, you're gonna pray or whatever. Instead of shouldn't I? I was gonna sound weird, people. Instead of accepting Jesus in my heart, shouldn't I play the safe card and accept God in my heart instead of Jesus, just in case Jesus was not that vice president? He was just a regular man that people gave him too much power in the first place.
Well, yeah, then you could become an Israelite. I mean, an Israelite, they just have the one. They just have whatever, Yahweh, whatever. They just have one. I mean, theoretically they have several, but technically they have one.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not making fun of. I'm not making fun of religion, but I was just like, what is this guy's job? We don't know technically what the vice president's job really is. He's more of a kind of a puppet for the president, just in case he dies, somebody walks in. I mean, really.
Well, according to according to the Quran or the Torah, Quran, same thing. The Torah, there's supposed to be a Messiah, or whatever. There's supposed to be that one in charge that's sent by God to be the motherfucker in charge. But even in their religion, even in theirs.
How do we know
that person hasn't showed up yet?
How do we know it's him?
We don't know. There's supposed to be signs from the heavens. And again, it's supposed to, I don't know. I'm pagan. But according to the religion, somehow you're supposed to know.
God's
fair. Supposed to let you know.
This is
like
fair.
changing things up.
That's fair. It is up to you. It is fair. It is fair. I was just bringing it up. I'm not trying to crush. I'm just bringing it up. Just having fun. Bringing up the thought process. So yeah,
well,
you're right.
Well, here's the pantheon. Hold on. Here's the story. Here are the names of the gods throughout the history that were said to be born by a virgin. Now listen to this. Born by the virgin on the 25th, which is 25th of December. So you got Horus. Now Horus is a Ethiopian Saturnese god born 25th of December by a virgin around 3,000 years ago before Jesus. Okay. The next person born on the 25th, Buddha. A Nepal-born god, 25th of December by a virgin around 563 years ago before Jesus. The next born god, you got Krishna, an Indian god born the 25th of December by a virgin around 900 years ago before Jesus. So that keeps going. Hold on, almost done. Zarathustra, which was Mercury, the Queen singer, was part of that religion. An Iranian god born 25th of December by a virgin around 1,000 years ago before Jesus. Two more. Hercules. Greek god born on 25th of December by a virgin around 800 years ago before Jesus. And the last one, Mithra, a Persian god born 25th of December by a virgin 600 years ago before Jesus. So as you can see down the line, you pretty much have a consistency of born gods.
Only reason I bring this stuff up because religion is Christmas. Christmas is based on religion, so that's why I thought this was a good show to bring this up, even along with the Christmas stories. But let me ask this one last question: December 25th. There's been a lot of stories that I've seen on channel shows that they don't really know when he was born. Some says that he was born in April and not in December 25th. That nobody actually knows the date.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't nobody fucking knows. I mean, I'm in archaeology. I was archaeology. I hear all of these people, not one of them has ever went to school for anything, making those claims. I'm like, you know what? Nobody fucking knows. In fact, I just read you a list of all these other supposedly, like Buddha, for example, born on the 25th. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never heard of him born on the 25th. Now, I've read them lists to you, Zarathustra on the 25th. Even I had a scratch by saying, what the fuck? Now, since one of these all born on the 25th, I've never heard of that. But that's the narrative. That's what's going out. That's the story.
Exactly as I thought. I knew Tomakan has a lot of good stuff on this. I knew he would. Yeah. Jesus was walking example for us to follow. We all make up for in our head. But Jesus, we have an actual example to witness and learn from. Then we wrote, we all make up God in our own kind, so we can get confused and fall off the path. Then he wrote mine. Yeah. But then he wrote, they have fabricated meaning Christ. I think the spring. So yeah, 25th is odd to numerology. Okay.
Yeah, it's just we don't know. In archaeology, we talked about it in archaeology, and there was so many variables that were just the eyes weren't crossed. Nothing's right. That this is what this time. Well, how do you know it was this time? Well, this time. Now, how do you know it was that time? Well, the Star of David or the Star of Bethlehem. How would you know? We don't know. We don't know. But what we will know is when we find out. There you go. Yeah. Everyone's going to be on, oh.
No matter what.
Got it wrong.
If you're religious or not, if you're celebrating Christmas, it's a religious holiday. I mean, it's based on Jesus Christ being born.
Yeah, it's up to the old big man upstairs, man. It's the big man will let everyone know. You know, if you can make everything, or the grand architect, or the back of the turtle, or whatever you want to call the designer of everything, the IKEA of the fucking flat earth, or the round earth, or the turd earth, who fucking knows? I'm sure this thing will let you know, or it, or he, or she, or that turtle will let you know when it's time. Nobody will. There we go. That's the one thing I get out of the Bible. Nobody will know the time when home slice will walk around and hi. And even if the person showed up and says hi, like 100,000 of other fucking Jesuses walking around right now, and all the Messiahs, fucking dime a dozen right now, I'm sure the big Jefe will let you know. That's the only way you'll know.
No, that's awesome.
The only way at this point. There's so many liars. It's a liar's planet, and everybody's got something to say. So I just say sit back and enjoy the roller coaster ride. You'll find out when it's time. That's all I got to tell people. Have a little bit of faith in what you got.
He wrote something else. He wrote, oh, hold on. Personally, I think the spring. Okay, hold on. He wrote, someone who follows God's commandments is honorable, fair, loving, kind, and doesn't base their own action on selfishness, and he would be serving God in a righteous fashion. Hey, I've always said, if religion is the one thing that's making you a better person, then it's doing its job.
Doing its job, yeah.
I would never bash anybody for their religion if it's making you a better person. But yeah. I do hate certain groups that takes religion to a max, to where, like, if you don't follow this, you're going to Armageddon. I mean, making life because almost all wars are from religion. And then when I hear extreme truthers and stuff talk about how Armageddon's here, God is punishing us, and I'm sitting myself thinking, if God and Jesus are sitting at a table and they made up this pandemic to prove a point, well, they made a weak pandemic. I mean, I would think if they're gonna cause an Armageddon on this planet, it'll be a lot worse than what we're seeing.
Well, yeah, I just think it's a lot of truth is coming out. I mean, I'm telling people, when people ask me, what do you think? I said, sit back and enjoy the fucking ride. Have your own faith and just stick to it. And don't give nobody no fucking money. Just sit back and enjoy it. Follow some people. Don't just jump into somebody's fucking boat, man. No. Don't do it. Just sit back. You and your God. You and your God. Stick with your own fucking gut and your own God. Stick with it. Don't eat no babies. Be an honorable person. And stick with your own gut God. Your God gut. Whatever that gut God is, whatever image it has.
And I agree with him right here. 99.9% of religions revolve around our own minds, which clouds our judgment over time. Yeah.
Eric, before you start that, I got to tell you this, and I want everyone to see this. You got to look up the Vatican. You got to look up the Vatican's nativity set. There's an astronaut there.
I want to play that a video that you shit me first. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me find it. I accidentally X'd out of it.
You got to look up the Pope, the nativity set at the Vatican. Have you guys seen the nativity set at the Vatican? Holy shit, it's wacky, dude. It's got a astronaut.
Okay. Now I'm gonna take this one off because you sent me this video. I want to know before I hit play on it. It's called.
Is that the
Krampus La Graz 2010. So what's the story behind this video?
Well, I don't know if you can play that one. I don't know if it's okay to play.
I thought you said this one was.
Yeah. Okay, you can play it. Okay, I guess you can play it. Yeah, it's about Krampus. Krampus is like it's this oh god, Austrian or whatever. It's up in the Alpines. He's the opposite. He's the shadow of Santa. He's Santa Claus's shadow. So if you're a bad kid or a naughty kid or you didn't do right, you won't get Santa's gift. You'll get Santa's anger. You'll get the Krampus, whatever, the fucking shadow of Santa. He's a monster. Yeah. It's the opposite of Santa. I'm just seeing the weirdest shit here, man. I've never heard of this thing. I was like, God, is everyone taking the fun-ass Christmas and just destroying it? But, oh, well.
That's so weird.
We'll play?
No, I try to find. I thought you sent an email saying it was all right to play this. I can't find it.
Yeah, no, it should be okay to play. It'll be okay to play.
Okay.
If not, cut it out, but it should be fine. Double checked it, made a little bit of a check. If that's the Krampus one.
Okay, let me see. Can you see it? Okay, there it is.
Yeah. This will be fun.
Okay, here we go. So they're celebrating the evil side of Christmas. Wow.
Yeah, that's Krampus, man.
Now, is this play based on Krampus, the evil side of Christmas?
That's the shadow. That's like so they have like a Santa kind of that same kind of like Santa symbolism kind of a figure, a mythological figure that gives them gifts. And if you're a naughty kid, Santa doesn't give you a gift, but Krampus shows up for you. And this is what you see. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a cool Krampus movie that's actually Damn. Look at this cutie guy. These people got some good makeup, man. I'm telling you.
Dude, this is awesome.
Now, where is this at? Where are they doing this kind of parade?
Austria. The Austria Pines or whatever. Austria.
Austria? This is fucking
like outside of Germany. It's like the mountains of Germany.
That's awesome. Oh, look at those little kids. Hey, they teach kids, right? You like evil.
This happens every year. It's a tradition. This has been going on for a long time. There's Santa.
Why can't we have this?
And that's Krampus. That's the shadow.
I'm serious, Bob. What? Dude? Hold on. Why can't we fucking have a parade like this in America? I understand right now, pandemic, I get that. But get rid of the pandemic? Dude, this is a parade that I would always want to go to. They do this every year?
Dude. Yeah, this is more of the pagan, I'm a pagan, so it's the more of the pagan's version of Christmas. Again, there's a good one, but this is kind of showing you the bad one. This is the Krampus. This is the shadow of Santa Claus.
I gotta get in contact with the Travel Channel to sponsor us to do a fucking show at this parade next year.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I saw that. I was like, oh, when the hell do you have a bad Santa? Literally a bad Santa.
Hold on, I want to continue some more. Oh, look how friendly they are. Oh, yeah.
They're tricksters, and they go after the naughty people, the naughty kids, the naughty people, the bad people. So technically, they only go after bad people. So if you're good,
that woman was afraid. You see that woman?
Yeah.
What? That woman was like hit her old man. But watch this. The woman in red. She's gonna hit her man. Watch. Look. Damn. Dude, this is awesome.
Now, for those of you Christians out there, I get it. I know what you're feeling right now. We're not promoting anything. We're doing anthropology. We're showing you Austria's alpine mountain areas. This is what they have a tradition they do every year. Again, it's the Santa's shadow, which is the bad side, the bad one. The good yin and the yang. So this is the bad one. And only go after those that are naughty. Only the bad people. The bad kids.
That's right. Look at their map.
Wait a minute. Is this the CERN? Wait, is this the CERN opening?
What?
Well, this is the opening for CERN, right? I'm joking, Eric. It's a joke.
Oh.
It's a joke.
Oh, look at that little kid having a fun time. And this kid's not going to be afraid like American kids would be.
Well, he's fine because he didn't do anything bad. You obey your mother and your father.
Aww.
This is what comes for you.
Look. Why do you think that? Oh, no. Not afraid. I was not. Look at that
Now
kid.
he's smiling. Oh, man, these are badass costumes, man.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's cute.
But they're the naughty people. They've been naughty. They've been selfish, rude, noxious.
Yes, Medilla, you're right. Jim hits his nightmare. You're right. I love it. Yeah, it is.
Year.
Planeta.
Every year they get to see. This is their Christmas, man. This is their Christmas.
Wow. Kids there.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
A different culture. Different culture.
Oh, look. They put some money in this backs, don't they?
Compass coming for you. You get more than coal. You get this horned monster.
It's insane.
Pulling a sleigh.
Oh, hold on. She must have been naughty, huh? The girl in the white. And these kids are just having a good time.
They must be worshiping the solstice.
That looks like the guy from Legend.
Pagan. I can already hear it, man. We're going to be called Satanists. Did you watch the Gypsy Road show? No, man, we're anthropologists. I thought it'd be really interesting for people to see this. I wanted people to see this.
I mean,
Different traditions, man.
we're just showing it. You know.
Yeah. So disclaimer, guys. We're just showing you guys something confusing. Now,
The Pope one.
yeah. Did you see? It's the Vatican picture. Nativity scene.
Let me see here. Hold on. Oh, Vatican. Oh, you just sent it just now?
Yeah, just now said it.
Okay.
I was sending it during the thing.
Let me get it ready.
Anthropology, guys. Use your own discernment. Look at things. Be judgmental. Debunk. Blah blah blah. You guys know the whole tools of science. There you go. That's at the nativity scene in the Vatican. That's one of them. That is a astronaut at the nativity. And
I want to see the animation edition of this.
So if you look up anything from the Vatican, you'll see the entire nativity scene. But in this particular, this is an astronaut. So why did the Pope or whatever, why would they sanction something, this nativity scene with Joseph and Mary and the baby Jesus or whatever, and then you've got the wise, and you've got an astronaut? So you could type in if you want and get more images if you want. If you look up Vatican and nativity set, whatever, and you'll see that.
Hey, Carla Webster, I kind of agree with you. I bet Austrian kids are well behaved after seeing that.
Nobody breaking the rules. Not now.
You know what?
Krampus come after you.
I mean, everybody has their own beliefs, their own right on how you raise your kids. They do. You do. You know, being scared or not being scared. I'm not gonna lie to nobody in the chat. Bob knows this, that I love horror movies, and I have my kids have watched horror movies with me, even them as kids. And my daughter could watch a horror movie and not be.
No problem.
She don't. They don't, and I'm not saying that's the right way of doing it, but I don't try to shelter them to things in the world. I kind of show them up front and how the world is, and of course it's up to them what they take from it. But I'm not saying you should take your kids to something like that or not.
No.
I'm not saying that. But I think if kids start kind of seeing that as what it is, what it stands for, I think they know that it's just fantasy. You know, if you don't try to hide it, I think sometimes if you try to hide things too much from kids, that's when the rebellious stuff starts to come out. You know, if you're more upfront, even the talk of the birds and the bees. You know, when is it too young or too old to talk your kids about birds and the bees? You know, there's no right answer, but if you're afraid of what's going to happen further in life, you can't shelter kids all the way. Now, don't get me wrong. Anything on a porn level side, yes, I get that 100%. I get that 100%. But sometimes you just gotta be honest and not things too much.
It's a mythos. I taught my kids the mythos. Here's the mythos. Here's the mythos of this. Here's the mythology of this. This is what this culture is. This is a myth. This doesn't mean they're out eating. I always joke about it. They're not eating no damn babies. This is a myth. They're practicing out a myth, like a storybook, like acting. They're acting out a mythology. They're not actually running around worshiping a fucking horn thing. It's a mythology. Yeah. My kids are like, they're numb to the mythology too. They see that and be like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. They're not going to go do anything bad. They've got good karma, man. It's a mythology. Understand, people. Don't just give in to the Satan scare. It's a Satan. No, man.
Bob, they might think my family's weird because we're like, hey, guys, you guys want to watch the Christmas Chronicles Part 2? Because the Christmas Chronicles is on Netflix. The Kirk Russell Santa Claus. I love the first one. And my daughter's 13 now. Like, no, Dad, I don't want to watch the Christmas Chronicles. Let's watch Krampus. She actually wanted to watch Krampus again, but it was for fun. I know she's not a devil worshiper. None of that.
No, it's the myth.
Krampus instead of the Christmas Chronicles, the sequel.
It's a myth. They're learning about the mythology, people's ancestry, Aboriginal ancestry mythology.
Ben, you're right. We used to watch horror movies and laugh at how bad. Yes, it's for fun.
We used to laugh.
It's for fun, and my kids love watching them like I do. We watch it for fun, but there's some good ones. They're not all bad, but we even like the bad ones. Like you and I did that review on that white thing, that white candy, that.
Oh God!
The Stuff. The movie called The Stuff.
The Stuff. Yes, The Stuff.
It's a bad movie, but it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So there again. So there's the astronaut at the Vatican. There's an astronaut there. The whole Vatican thing, the whole Pope thing is weird, people. It's fucking weird, man. Again, I don't care. Don't bother me. It don't bother me at all. But it's just something to be aware of, something to look at. Understand your mythology here. If you guys are kind of like at the woken up stage or whatever, I don't know what you call yourself. Always study the mythology. Mythologies change just as much as any Mandela effect and some story, whatever. Mythology has been changing dramatically, and it's huge. And it's imperative. A lot of you guys that have what you call the Mandela effect, start looking at mythology, start looking at the changes, and it starts to make sense with the local mindsets that people have that are in whatever world they are here. So that Krampus is part of that. It's interesting. And then the Vatican has the nativity set, which is all part of the new mythos here. Know the mythos.
Now on the community bar for the show, I wrote, have you ever had a paranormal experience during Christmas? Pretty simple. I didn't put like 5 choices. I only have 3, because it's more of a simple answer, right? Yes, no, I believe I did, but not sure. Because, some people think they saw something paranormal. They just don't know. That's what that was for. So 71% says no. 25% says, yes. So more people have not had a paranormal experience on Christmas. Let's see what some people wrote here. I could give this heart. Chris Webster, I've had paranormal experiences, but not around Christmas. It started at a young age and has been on and off over the years. My children had them quite a lot when they were younger, and like me, on and off as they got older. My husband experienced the same too. Okay, that's cool. So Carla experienced paranormal, but not like during Christmas. Now, Fox Cartwillie wrote, I have had paranormal experience, but not around Christmas. Another one. Most of the ones I've had is when I would be sitting in a tree when I was young, and I used to climb trees a lot. Okay, so that's 2 in a row that has paranormal experience, but not around a Christmas. Now, I don't know who this crazy guy is. This guy is named Tomicon. I don't know. This guy's crazy. I think he's a Canadian. You can't trust those Canadians, Bob. Have you seen the movie Canadian Bacon? Yeah, you can't trust Canadians. But let's see what he says. I'm just joking. He's an awesome guy. I wouldn't necessarily say paranormal, but every single Christmas, I got sick around noon, and it would be the rest of the day. After Mandela effect, it didn't happen anymore, but I also started celebrating it too. So it's hard to say what really went on. So basically, he's more in the camp of I believe I did, but not sure. Now, I believe Comic-Con was sick, but I'll tell you why he was sick. Because he has kids. We have kids. Once we learned how much money we spent on our kids, we got sick.
Yeah, that and deviled eggs. Probably ate a lot of deviled eggs. I always eat deviled eggs on Christmas. I eat the shit out of them. And I always get sick.
So
I eat a lot of them.
Parenting is a personal choice. You do what you feel is right. That is correct. Yep. You are, Carla. I always tell people, you want to get your kids shots for protection, go for it. If you don't, you don't. You're the parent. You don't need to listen to anybody. Now, they want to give you an opinion on something. An opinion is fine. But never let somebody give you a factual fact on how you should raise your kids. Here we go. Paranormal day. So yes for me. Oh, okay. Okay. Santa was probably started from a ghost story, being able to peer in your house and vanish off the OG. Okay. People give Satan far too much credit. Yeah, I think so too.
I don't give him no fucking credit. I think people's worst fucking. I think everybody is their own Satan. It's just. I know there's bad things going on. I know it's just instilled in the air, whatever. But most people create their own.
You're right.
Just be good.
And also, Bob, you can also say that people give God and Jesus too much credit. And what I mean by that is we seen it on our own show when we had somebody that kept saying that every time there's a change, it's all because of God and Jesus. Like, dude, stop it. Giving Jesus and God too much credit. They're not changing things. Maybe it's a collision of matrix. It's a mentioned timeline. Something has changed through history. Stop. It's like you say, Satan gets too much credit, and even God and Jesus gets too much credit. It's like, to me, sometimes I feel that if you don't have an answer, you're right. You don't know an answer to a question. People are too much pride to say I don't know, so they'll just say God and Jesus. Or Satan.
remember that's where we're different now. I not that I remember. I still believe in a grand architect. So I think the architect allows it to happen, or it's within the will of the architect that things are happening, and is allowing men to ride the bicycle. God teaches you how to ride a bike. You ride the bike. So if I say that men are doing this, or somebody going through time, or somebody's fucking with something somewhere, then God's still involved. He ain't personally, but he knows what's going on, is allowing it to happen for another reason.
Yeah. See,
in other words, it's not snapping his magic fingers, and no, people are doing it.
I like what you said. God didn't do Mandela effect, laugh out loud. I hate that. Hey, it's like this. You know, you try to debunk first, debunk.
Yeah.
But there's some people that don't want to try to debunk, and they'll just automatically say it was God's plan for that. And it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, if the Jetson pants was black, and somehow it did turn green, which that was an awesome thing we showed. I'm sure God and Jesus weren't sitting in heaven and say, dude, you know how I'm going to fuck with these people on earth? I'm going to change the Jetsons belt from black to green. Come on, man. God's got more things to worry about to create. Now, I'm not saying he didn't create a few changes to give you clues, mathematic clues into an answer, but the thing is not everything is them or Satan or the devil.
Yeah.
You give too much credit to other forces without even want to research or debunk or go further. You said with the Bruce Springsteen belt. The first thing you do on that is let's see what the very first album picture looked like when it first came out, and see if there's been a Photoshop.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, you know, he allows it to happen, or he or she, whatever, allowing it to happen, intervenes when need to intervene. But other than that, if things are going to go in a direction, it's positive direction. In the end, basically, there's no such thing as atheists in a foxhole. So inevitably, everyone's going to be sitting there going, "Oh, the Mormons had it right the whole fucking time." Shit, we're all going to be shocked. So we're going to find out. I said there's no atheists in a foxhole, so everyone can say they don't believe in this, they don't believe in that. We're going to find out. One day you're all going to find. Don't know if it's tomorrow. Don't know if it's another 1,000 years. But the way shit keeps changing, we're going to find out. But depends on what we, you know, somebody even told me, hey, what do you think it's extraterrestrials that actually came in here and is doing it domed off the whole fucking earth and is out actually manipulating matter? I said, yeah, that's on the table too. Yeah. Do you think maybe some extraterrestrials are doing this? Some kind of fucking other interdimensionals doing this? Hell yes. They could be doing it. They could be doing and manipulating things. Could have been somebody that went through time in the future and now is affecting the past and doing the butterfly effect. Yeah, absolutely. Men could be doing it. Could it be jinn or interdimensionals or some fucking weird ass thing? Yeah, a lot of things on the table. So you just can't just pick one thing and say, that's how cults get started.
Yes.
And when cults start, it's bad for everybody.
When they use the same one, it'd be like you're saying the alien thing over and over. It's only this. It's only this.
Could be.
That's wrong. Now, paranormal. Okay, now during Christmas, I think during Christmas, to even try to find anything paranormal would be probably one of the hardest days to try to find anything paranormal. And the reason I think that is Christmas. You're busy. You got lights, you got kids, you know, like if you believe in Santa Claus when you're a kid, you know, you're sitting there and you're trying to listen for Santa Claus and you always think you're hearing footsteps. You're thinking, so even if there was a real paranormal footstep, you're not even thinking it's a paranormal footstep because you're thinking it's Santa Claus when it's actually spoiler, your parents being Santa Claus. Okay. So, or, you know, you got so much lights on, so much things going on. A paranormal could be happening right in front of you, but because you're so busy, it's probably harder to even see it.
Yeah, well, I had something. Okay, let people know today is the 21st. That means it's the darkest day of the year. It's the 21st. that means we are the furthest away from what you would call or what we call a sun. We're going to just call it a sun. I don't care what you guys call I call it a sun. We're the furthest point away. Tomorrow, Eric, we start getting closer to the sun. Okay, flat earthers, just go along with it. We don't know what the hell's up there. You're getting closer to the sun today. So today is the thinnest veil. The veil is the thinnest. They talk about 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:33 in the morning, and you get paranormal activity, get ghosts or whatever. Today's the day. The 21st is the day. So tonight, you're going to, or last night or whatever, today, you're going to have paranormal activity. Today is the thinnest veil of all year long. So today, Eric, I swear I'm fucking my life, dude. I'm sitting on the couch today. I locked the front door and I heard the door and it makes a loud unlatch. I heard it unlatch and the door swing open. And one of my roommates said, "Did you fucking open the door? Did you lock?" I said, "I locked the door." What the hell? They come flying. I heard that too. Open the door and that door is locked still. I swear I heard that fucker swing open. 2 of us heard it swing open.
I gotta, you're saying that, and I gotta give this one kudos because I felt like this kind of happened to me. Just wait until things change right in front of you, in front of your eyes, and then the TV suddenly laughs, mocking at you. I swear, a couple of days ago, I was actually watching TV, and I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly, but something just like was there and it disappeared. And then my son had the community show on, and on the show, they just started laughing on the show, and I was like, "Where'd that fucking thing go?" There was a thing just right there. It's gone now, and so I kind of felt that. It
happened to me. It happened today. 2 of us, like-minded, not insane, no fucking families, insane people, heard the door unlatch and swing open. And the person looked at me and says, "You locked the door?" I said, "Yeah, I locked the door. I went out for a smoke. I swear to God, I locked the fucking door." So we both grabbed weapons and stood there and then creeped in the front room. And I said, "There's nothing there. The door's still locked." I said, No, man, I heard it. I'm not crazy. I heard it. I go, "Why?" And we were just talking how today is the day. Today's that day. Today's the day. It's the thinnest veil of the year. And so people might be experiencing some, I don't know, debunk it. You might be experiencing some paranormal stuff today.
Well, let me ask this real well. If you see another secret chromacy corpse walking through my kitchen that vanishes, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah. Damn. Well, hopefully that's not me walking through your kitchen. You never know. Just keep telling it the fuck out. It usually disappears and come back shortly after. What is this, Thomas Knight? The Great Conjunction also made me more paranormal stuff. Winter Solstice X. Shout out, Eric and Bob. Let me ask you,
right? I'm not lying, man.
I've mentioned this story before, a long time ago, about sometimes I feel like I have a weird Target experience.
Yeah.
And it's not sponsoring the show, people. Okay? Every time I go to this one Target, it's the one in Tukwila. It's every freaking time, guys. I'm not, trust me on this. Every time, one time I told you about, I feel like that every time I walk to Target, I'm walking with family, then all of a sudden, they're gone. And they're on.
Yeah. Tell me that one. Yeah. It's weird. That's weird.
Every time I go to freaking this Target, it seems like it's always happening at this one Target. Now, I was at this Target on last Friday. My wife and I went to find stocking stuffers, right? And we were walking by the food part, and I looked at coffee, and then looked around. She was gone. Wife was gone. I went around the corner. She was all the way to the almost the other side where the makeup is, but she was just right there. And it seems like this is only happening to me. I know it's weird, but it's only happening to me at this one Target store, not the other Target stores. It's like it's
changed.
It's like there's a wormhole that
Target
appear, and they're at another place in the store, and they were just right there.
Target's haunted by the Krampus. The Krampus is in Target.
What is that? When it's happening more than once, but only at this one place. is that like a worm kind of hole where I'm not disappearing. I'm not disappearing. They are, and they're somewhere else in the store. Or am I imagining in my crazy head that they're walking with me and I'm just talking to somebody who's not there?
Well, yeah, well, especially like today's, like I said, like today's. I'm gonna keep my eye out, man. That got me fuck. My heart was pumping earlier on today. I was like, what the fuck happened? Today, of course, you've got the conjunction going on with the two planets. It's the thinnest veil day of the year. This is the day, man. This is the day. We're gonna have a lot of paranormal stuff today.
We got to break this down. We got to help her. She says, Eric, this happened a few weeks ago for me. Scared the crap out of me. So she's basically, she is seeing another decomposing corpse walking through my kitchen. So saying this, you know what we need to do?
Whoa.
You know what we need to do, Bob, for her?
I'm going to do an exorcism.
No, serious. I'm serious here.
I'll exercise it.
Maybe it's Mandela. Maybe after the holidays, when New Year's, I know we're all busy. Pick a day that you can come on the show, and I'll get with Through the Veil Paranormal, our medium person, and bring her on, and maybe together with the medium, with you, maybe we could try to solve this problem. What it is.
I'll exercise it.
Now you don't want
charged crystals.
You don't want a drunk ghost in your kitchen.
Ghosts are scared shit. They're scared of me, man.
But I'm serious. We should get our medium person on when she's on, and maybe we could solve this problem.
I've got a charged crystal.
She was View the Paranormal was watching the show earlier today, so I'll get a hold of her. We got to get these people on, Bob, and get them help.
Yeah, we gotta exercise this demon.
Yeah. Oh, now this is deep. Now hold on. That's different.
I'm gonna exercise the demon for you.
Now, if we find out it's a demon, then we got to get Clown on here, the demon hunter. He'll have an answer how to get rid of that demon.
Yeah. But before we do, we're gonna do your thing. We're gonna get through it. But don't forget, we got to do. I got you the live feed. I sent you the live feed of the conjunction actually happening. Like it's like the pictures of. It's freaking awesome. It's a live footage. The live footage of Saturn.
Hold on.
Yeah. And Jupiter, like right next to each other. The live footage.
Are you talking about the one they play on?
It's a live footage, and it's okay to use it. The guy said it was like everybody share this one. So it's a live footage of Saturn. It's Saturn and Jupiter, the son and father meeting up.
We'll go straight to it. I mean, we're talking about Christmas. I don't have to read the articles.
Yeah. It's happening right now. Right now. There it is. Check this out. This is what everyone's been wanting to see. There it is. Check that out. Oh, Saturn really changed since the last time I looked at this page.
What's this? Alignment around, just a guess, 5 minutes, 18 seconds.
It looks like an eye. Doesn't that look like an eye? An all-seeing eye? Does it look like an eye?
Say here, each planet has its own camera on it. It does not look like this as a square in the night sky. This is very, very zoomed in. This happens once every 794 years. The last one was in 1226.
Isn't that amazing? Look at that, everybody. Look at this. That is allegedly, that is Saturn. Now, I don't think everybody's lying, so let's get this out of the way. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Not everyone's in on some kind of fucking worldwide duping of everyone. So this is what they've got in the sky.
I'm not into that kind of a crazy conspiracy theory on that. Yeah. Like for hundreds of years, the government's kept everything so quiet. Something that's huge never leaked out. Give me a break.
Have fun with that idea. But this is amazing.
People give our governments and people too much credit. It's like too much market. Come on, man.
But look at this. But they just follow astronomy. They just follow the zodiac. They follow all of that. I mean, that's just what they've been doing for thousands of years, and they're still doing it. But look at this. This is amazing. It looks like a damn eye, right? Isn't it? God, man. This is why I work at the Museum of Flight, because I love astronomy.
Alignment is just a guess. So, but he's putting a time limit on this alignment. Guys, we're watching the alignment live on. This is so, you guys don't go nowhere, because maybe in 4 minutes we're gonna be enlightened to something we don't know.
I'm hoping that Tesla's car will fly by.
Oh yes, the Tesla car.
Or not Tesla's car, but the car Tesla. Yeah. I'm hoping it'll just kind of glide by. The car will glide by.
What's this? Normal people wrote they look like demons. John Torres, ghosts may be scared of Bob, but aliens on the other hand.
Why do you gotta bring up the word hand, pendejo? What's up with you and the hand? What's up with the mano, bitch? Obsessed with it. But yeah, zoomed in. That's cool, isn't it? I just thought we had to put this on here a little bit for the show, because today is 800. So 800 years or 794 years ago. So it's interesting. Guys, this is once in a lifetime. Take this off your bucket list. Get out your crystals and put it in there and get it charged. I'm gonna get magic powers. Magic powers come at me times 2. Got 2 of them. We'll get twice the power.
Just so everybody knows.
Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Charging up crystals.
Just to let everybody know what's going on this week. Of course, I am going to do a show on Wednesday, but of course, I'm not going to be doing the show on Friday, because Friday is, Christmas Eve and all that. There's Christmas Day and all that. So no show on Friday. I am going to do something on Wednesday, but if Bob makes himself available tomorrow, I'm not doing a live show tomorrow, but I want to do an interview with Bob on my podcast.
Yeah, podcast sounds fun.
Yeah, I want to do I'm going to interview you. Like I'm not gonna. It's going to be an interview on what's going on in the world, like things you can't say on YouTube that can get you taken down. This is something you can say on podcasts. So I'm going to do a live. It's not a live podcast. You have to pre-record it and you put it up. You don't do a live show on podcast, but I want to do a podcast with Bob tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening I'll probably have the podcast up. Now the podcast is on 7 format. It's on it's on all the big ones, but I go through Anchor. That's who I go through with the podcast. So if you guys want to see that podcast, just link on here, save it to yourself. I'm going to be asking Bob live questions. I'm not even going to tell Bob what the questions are. Where Bob's and this podcast is only going to be like a 30-minute, 45 minutes, so there's no chit-chatting. It's going to go directly to the question. So if any of you guys are interested in seeing that podcast, just look out for it. What are you petting?
It's a cat. It's a very small cat. I take care of animals here. This is a very, very small kitty.
So in a minute and 30 seconds, now it's a round guess that he's putting, but in that time, it's
really
going to alignment. The alignment of the world is going to happen. Guys, we get to see this live. We're seeing it. So,
there we go. Yeah, that's the conjunction, junction. What's your function happening right now? So remember to charge up your crystals, and we can have magic powers afterwards. You can do align your karma thingies. Mine's glowing red down here, so I'm going to put one of my crystals on my crotch area because it's glowing reds. And I'm going to put one right here where it's green.
Oh, Less than a minute.
I got magic powers.
This is so exciting. About less than a minute. Some kind of alignment supposed to happen, and maybe this is when we become X-Men.
Yes, become X-Men after this. We're a lot of people with the Mandela effect are going to have superpowers, and they're going to heal magically, and they're going to be able to jump on high buildings up from the ground floor up. Even if you're white, you can jump far, and then you're going to be able to fly. You're going to be able to fly through the air after the conjunction. A lot of people are going to be able to fly.
Well,
and you're going to be able to blow fireballs out of your mouth hole.
Well,
and laser eyes. You know, laser eyes.
Just in case.
Laser eyes.
Just in case something evil happens, I got the sword ready.
I've got laser eyes. My eyes have already been changing with the Mandela effect conjunction magic conjunction junction function.
Well, I got the sword ready.
Got it? Cool.
Yep.
You're gonna have superpowers soon. I can't wait.
And then if I have to get the hell out of here because something's gonna be happening, I'm gonna fly in my.
I'm gonna have a flying carpet. I'm gonna put my crystals on it.
I got my X-wing ready.
Cool.
This X-wing ready. You know, I'm gonna shrink myself to get in this, and I'll fly out of here if something happens to Earth when this happens. Oh, here we go. Here we go. 6.
I'm putting this on my glowing red chakra crotch.
This is a slow clock. 4, 3, 2,
my glowing red chakra crotch.
1, 0.
Launching magic powers.
Magic
powers. Matrix, come magic power me with crystal. I feel good. I feel aligned. I feel like my chakras are aligned. I'm going to have a couple of beers later and really get them fixed.
This is when the vomit hits Earth. I like that.
No insult to anybody out there. We're playing. We're having a good time. We're having fun. Earth changes. Yeah, I know. I know. I've seen it too. Check out Italy, dude. Check out Italy. There's a spur on Italy. I just popped up, and then look at Russia.
He wrote comet. Is there a comet that's supposed to be coming?
There is always a comet on the way. Always. I'd have to look it up and see which one. There's always a comet. There's never been so many. You just look it up. It takes 5 minutes. You'll find a comet on its way. You're gonna find one. It's gonna come between the moon and then the Earth. It's gonna be the closest it's ever been. It's gonna be the same story over and over again, continuously. Yeah, probably another comet coming. The last one was XX3. I think it was XX3. Yeah, XX3 was one that just flew by. But you can look up comet. There's guaranteed to be another one coming in a theater near you. Another comet will be coming.
That is weird. How come? Oh, there it is. Hold on a second.
Okay. The comet?
No. I was trying to get that music to stop. The background. I feel like, but I want to. Laugh out loud. Great stream. I know we're just having fun. But hold on. Hold on. Since we got Texas Danny in the chat. Texas Danny's in the chat. Texas Danny put this out today on 12/21. It's called Brief on Earth Changing. So let's see. It's only 2 minutes long. Let's see our friend Texas Danny. Let's see what he says about.
Hello, everybody. This is Texas Danny coming to you on December the 21st, 2020 on a Monday here in Texas. This is just a very brief report on the activities in the United States of America. We still have changes, of course, to northern Mexico, Baja California, Gulf of California. We have very dramatic changes in southern Arizona, as well as continuing changes, distinct changes in southern California, southern Arizona. We have changes up into the center area of Nevada. We have the changes going now up into Utah. We still have changes with the super caldera. We have changes to the Thunder Basin area going into eastern Wyoming and to southwestern South Dakota. The Thunder Basin is still rapidly eroding. These areas are continuing to change. The basin is continuing to kind of move like this. going up north, northwest. We also have increases to the Badlands area in South Dakota, increases in Texas in the center of the state. We've increases in the entire United States of America, continuing chases to British Columbia, Canada, Alaska, Alberta, Edmonton, heading more of a northeast area. And one note on the international scene, I noted changes going to the east, northeast of Manchester, England, and also changes to the southwest part of Scotland and the above the northern split.
Saw that.
Saw that. Breakage there, some opening up. Okay, this is all for right now. It's a very quick one. Again, changes everywhere. Wisconsin's got this lift of green again. These color codes all change. The map will always demonstrate for the date that is shown. So if you see this 10 years from now, if you see this in 2030, December 21st, 2030, it's going to represent the media at that time. These are the quantum changes I'm observing as we go along, everybody. Again, big changes in northern Mexico, the Gulf of California, Baja California, Southern California, gray areas on.
Now, the reason that I was showing this, because there's a lot of changes that he's pointing out, and today's the 21st, and today with the Jupiter and stuff, the alignment, do you think that's all related on it?
Theoretically, I mean, theoretically.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, you know, I mean, as changes, people that have whatever you want to call, I always, you know, I have different names for what I want to call that's going on, but I just like to stress to people, some people see certain things, that's just their thing. Some people just see numbers. Some people will see only things that they have studied in school. That's their little gift to whatever God gave them, or the lampshade, or whatever you want to call your whatever. They get to see that. Each individual has their own universe, their own eyes to see it, ears to hear, kind of a thing. So yeah, and I do know that the moon absolutely has something to do with it, with the full moons leading up to the full moon. Because it's a comic book for me. So I follow the astrology. I've been keeping up like everyone, like the people behind the curtain. And yeah, I've seen a lot of land masses change. So I watched Danny and I know what he's talking about. Now, I don't have to go out and say it. I'm not going to go, but Danny does a fantastic job. I don't think a lot of people are seeing what he sees. I know what he's talking about. Again, I was just looking at, if you look at like top of Russia, it's the part of Russia on top of Russia. Yeah, you could Italy. Look at Italy, the boot of Italy. Yeah, there's a spur on it. It's been growing. I'm like, I tell people, they're like, "You're fucking crazy." So I know. I guess I am. I'm crazy. I guess I'm sorry. I just see a spur growing on fucking Italy. I don't remember no goddamn spur on Italy. There's a spike growing behind it. So right here, take a look. See right here, this is Italy. This is Italy. And right there's this little spike growing out of it. There's a spike growing out of Italy. And now the boot, the tip of the boot where it kicks the ball is kind of overlapping now. It's really aggressively overlapping down at the bottom. But I was really fascinated with that little spike back there, that little spike. Just kind of, for me, and I'm probably wrong, 99.9% I'm wrong, but in my own head, I don't remember that spike. And I can't believe it just keeps growing like that.
Weird things are happening. But
like Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is just like, what's going on with Sri Lanka? If you guys are watching, not everybody's watching the maps. Now, Danny, like myself, is a map head. If you see behind me, I'm ex-military. He's ex-army. He worked with maps, so that's his eyes to see. So he sees the maps. I like to confirm it with Danny. Like, yeah, man, I'm with you on that one. Not too many people are like, well, it's always been that way. Okay, that's fine. Because you're right. It has been, but not for us. For those that could see like that. I always put a little disclaimer out there.
Oh, no
so don't, yeah, for people, again, he's wrong. You guys are wrong. Yeah, we are. We 100%. Sorry, at work. Yeah, go ahead, dude.
I'm ending the show anyway in a couple of minutes, so no problem with that, Danny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, to confirm with Danny, yeah, I'm seeing those things too. Keep an eye. I try to keep that one quiet because not too many people could see that. Even in I was talking about Ireland, and Ireland's got lakes, big ass lake, and then the border between north and south, whatever the border, the English portion to the Irish portion is changed and keeps changing. The border, the lake keeps changing. There's more and more lakes growing in fucking Ireland. That's insane. Whoa, this guy just popped up. Here we go. Yeah, the Lion's Den. Oh God, the Lion's Den paws are way up to the 200 millimeter high stature rock royal. Oh wow, 5th century, and this is in Sri Lanka. I think this is the Sri Lanka one. The lion's feet. Yeah, the lion's paws. Check this fucking thing out. Look at the lion's paws. That's Sri Lanka, guys. Look at the lion's paws. This thing just appeared, man. Archaeology, anthropology. Lion's paws in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka exploded in size, and now this fucking lion's paws show up. Here we go. As you guys can see right there. Kids, for context, sitting around in front of it. Anybody remember any lion's paws in Sri Lanka? Monster statue lion's paws.
Well, let's do this then. When we do our show on Wednesday, let's do a show based on weird changes that just appeared. That we'll do like a missing, like how I've never seen this before kind of a thing. Like you said, the claws. I never.
Yeah.
The picture with claws would be something very cool to see. Like this is a cool place you want to visit. Look at the claws.
Yeah.
So we'll go more in depth on that on Wednesday. Kind of make it light, some weird changes things that we never saw before, and now they just appear. So beyond that, guys, today was fun. Today was easy. It was great. You guys are all awesome. Everybody in chat's awesome. I learned about some paranormal from people, so that was great. So beyond that, guys, check out the T-Street store. Check out. I'm going to do a podcast with Bob answering questions tomorrow for a podcast. So we're going to try to do some exciting things. 2021 is coming. It's going to be a fun ass year. It is going to be a fun ass year, guys. Don't worry about a war. If there's a war, we'll still have fun together during this war. And make sure you pick your side. Choose your side. Find out what you're signing up for, and let us know what side you pick, and then we'll go through it. So. All right, guys, beyond that, I'll see everybody later.
Magic Chris.